I am Timothy with timothygroup.com, and I do a personal brand called Timmy the Brand. Who would have thought, right? But anyways, welcome to my home. Hi, this is my home. This is Timmy's home. I really like pop culture. I like art, and I like some things that are eclectic as well. So, what I'm doing right now is I'm getting ready for Saturday market later on. This is actually my banner right here. Forgive the cat toy, and then I'm barefoot. It's like summertime still. Still pretty warm. But because these are stickies and because I glued this together, I had to make a new sticker. I'm going to use an iron-on adhesive and make a new banner, but over time, then this is going to be some decor for my tables. If I can untangle it, I'll get it done tonight. And some other stuff I've been working on throughout the day. And yeah, see, so I got the candies. So this is just a little bit of mess and brilliance, right? So why Timmy? Well, to begin with, I refer to myself as Timothy. Most of my family, my loved ones, they call me Tim. And when I refer to myself as a first person, or I think, like inside our internal monologue, I'll use the word Timmy, or also some of my friends and loved ones, only they refer to me as Timmy, like without me asking them, telling them. They came up with that on their own. That's how they prefer to address me. I don't have anything wrong with it. Both places at work and also like with some of my friends, they come up with it. I guess it fits. And then some sandals right now. To me, the brand, because I was inspired and influenced to by people I admire on those YouTubes and also people I like to study who have been successful for themselves, such as Steve Harvey, and who I know people have debates about. But regardless, he's successful, so there's that. Earl Nightingale, he's the one who came up with the philosophy in the book called Success. What is Secrets to Success? That's what it's called. Bob Proctor, he worked under him. Eric Thomas is another good, communicator, what have you. And basically, I wanted to. Oh, and Earl Schaff was Jim Rohn. Jim Rohn was also one that highly influenced me a lot. I feel he reminds me of my granddad a lot. I like Jim Rohn with his philosophy, his rhetoric, and his success as a business person as well. And I feel that, like, I don't know, I feel that there's similarity with my granddad, or it has me remind of him. And basically, it's about generating your own income, creating your own profit. I wanted to do my own apparel brand, like these collar shirts and what have you, and other apparels that people might like because I don't like big corporate, or it doesn't matter what I mean. Sure, it's nice what I like or what have you, but as a personal opinion, big giant plastered labels and titles just don't do it for me. And I really like companies like Express, H&M, and who's the other one? Lucky, because they use like just a small, just a small logo signature. Or like, even though Dior has some logos, it's not as, in your face and some of these other brands, less corporate. But I thought, anybody can generate a company, grassroots, build a brand. Why not me? And I used to have this. Oh, hi, everybody, by the way. If I don't see you or I don't see your comments, feel free to let me know. But I think I have a message that says, am I okay? Yeah, I think so. I think I'm just chatting live on here. But always good to check in, right? I forgot what I was talking about. But anyways, yeah, making your. I used to have a neighbor who was very inspired the idea that I wanted to quit my day job and go build my own company. Even though I'm doing it with a shoestring budget and, basically thoughts, that come out of my mind, I thought that I would, um, or also like something that inspired me was Steve Harvey has a philosophy that says, if you're going to make $1 million, start by making 10. And I was thinking, what am I going to do for $10? So I figured I don't know what I can sell for 10, but how about, I'd start with 5 and I start literally from the ground up and maybe start selling socks. So, hi everybody. Hi, sorry, I got to see that. The King of Math Pirates. How fun. That's a clever name. What else we got? Hi, I want to sub Mr. Gaster. If you say Kirby, I'll like and sub. How fun. So, oh, I see subscribe. See, I'm new to all this. Um, I'm 42, and I think I started the brainstorm of the project of Timmy the brand right before 30. But I was wanting to do something before then as well. Um, but yeah, back to my ideas of, having being inspired. So Steve Harvey says, start with $10 and repeat that. Like Marie Callender started by baking a pie with her company going out of business and started making, a million other pies. Or a woman from Georgia I read about, she started by borrowing, was it $5 or $20 or something? But she started with $5 making cupcake business. And now, okay, now she started with $20 that she borrowed for a cupcake business in Georgia. That's what it is. She still manufactures out of her house, and she's worth $5 million, I think, or something minimum. But regardless, the fact is, anyone can do it. Kitty is gay. Okay. I mean, oh, Kirby. Okay. I'm still confused on Kirby, but let me find out. Anyways, so yeah, I was thinking $5 to start with socks. I ordered a bundle of socks that I thought were, fun for season, for Christmas time, holiday season. And I was still working with Tesla by chance, but we might have to delete that part out later. But I would present to, people I knew. Mind you, I've been moved out of my hometown for several years by now. But, people who, like, I was, known where I was living. I would show them that I was selling socks and starting this company and starting, this and that. And it turns out that I also brought the bag of Christmas socks and holiday socks with me when I went to go visit my family in California. And I had several stops along the way visiting friends, friends in Oregon, friends in California. And I did like a week, I think, and traveled like 2,000 miles or something like that. But along my way, I was showing people I had socks, Christmas socks, and this was the idea I had in my head. Well, it turns out I sold enough socks that I was able to cover my entire trip. And I was like, you know what, Timmy, I think you're on to something here. I had, a lot of praise and, a lot of, friends being like, Timmy, this is a great idea. And then at another location I was at, I was suggested that I should do tea because I'm a tea connoisseur, and my friends are too. It is a lot of sucks, yeah, but it's kind of fun that people really like to have niche things and simple things too, and I like that. Socks are a really fun way to show like your own sense of style and what have you. And then my desire is throughout growing my company and reinvesting through these $2, $5. I should try selling cheese. You know what? I really like you guys in your comments. Not only Are they, fun, but they're also kind of wise as well. My friend told me I'm gonna derail because this is fun. My friend actually told me that there's a cheese factory here in Oregon, and we're gonna go. I think on tour to go see how that goes. But maybe that'll definitely be on my list as I grow my brand. Right now, I need to work on focus everything. Partly because my personality, I need to practice focusing, and it reflects in the brand as well. But it's not creating a business per se, or not creating this and that, is creating a brand. The brand is Timmy, and everything that goes into it is trust, integrity, and also like family, because I have my 8-year old nephew will probably be watching this, and he's also my PR person as well. And my sisters, I go for like advice about asking them if I should try different products, or what might work with the brand. Oh, so anyways, back to tea. So my friends and coworkers were telling me that I should do tea because they're enthusiasts, and so have I been. You have an idea to make flavored cheese, like chocolate cheese or grape cheese? You know, it might work under, it might work. Let's just say that. It's surprising the things that work, right? That reminds me of those chocolate orange candies I had recently. One. Um, but yeah, I thought that I would try the tea, and at first it was just repackaging them, and people started taking to them. But then I realized, though, too, with tea, people need teacups and teaspoons and sweeteners and other things to go with your tea, and infusers, and um, excuse me, excuse me, allergies are wicked out here. Lollipops, yeah, seriously, just think about chocolate covered lollipops, right? So, but also too, one thing I like about doing excuses, how interesting. But one good thing about doing a brand is I can literally come up with. Oh, I meant excuse. Fun, for sure. I also appreciate too all the feedback. But I know sometimes too, I gotta remind myself, don't be making excuses, right? But get stuff going. But tea though, I wanted to. So I started packaging tea when I was still in Seattle, and I was currently with SpaceX with Starlink in Seattle. But I decided, though Christmas time was coming up, I wanted to be available for family, since family is oh, excused, I see. Since family is like part of the root core of me, how I was raised, and like what's important with me. So that also comes with the brand. That's why my 8-year old nephew is my PR person. And then my desire is my friend in Oregon will help me along with things out here, and then also doing e-commerce with the website I just built. Um, by the way, I just changed my website this week because I'm changing daytime careers too. I took most of a year off, but I thought that I would get the full Oregon experience by doing a summer job over at the university. And it turns out that I liked it enough that I thought I would pick up a job for the school year. So I'm actually going to be doing like a lead, I guess, or like a supervisor for their food area. So, only packaging tea? No, I do tea, socks. I got honey sticks. Oh, that's right where I was at too. Right, talk about focus, because I'll shoot off and derail. But then I started getting flavorings. I do lollipops. I got freeze dried Skittles. Right now, most of what I'm doing is kind of packaged up for doing my Saturday market. So forgive my. These are also like little all my tea, all my tea. I got think 30 pounds of tea in there. So yeah, I definitely do a lot of tea. And these are going to be some socks that I'm going to try at the market, getting ready for Summerween, is it? These actually are going to be, just because we got them out, these are going to be size 5 to 8 for 350. But I got stickers. I do a lot of stickers. I was going to do stickers to do decal for the teacups, but I thought that I would wait until I generate my own stickers. Usually they're about $2. Sometimes I'm a little bit generous with them. We got 100 million different types. Let's go camping. I got my pirate coins in there to keep the stickers from flying away because it gets really windy out here. I got Pokemon stickers, all kinds of stuff for water bottles and fun. But because here, let's go see one of my favorite. Forgive the plants inside. They're working on the balcony. I'm obsessed with hand wipes. By the way, I'm obsessed with hand wipes and things of a sort. So even though these are the Walmart brand, the Winco hand wipes are the best on the planet. This is going to be messy, by the way. So just for traveling purposes. But these are my cloths I put on the table. I got napkins for when we do our drinks. I had no idea. Right, I know it's a treasure box. It's one of my favorite finds ever. Honest. Look at that, baby. It is, and it was a thrift find. I love it. Unfortunately, it's on its very last leg though. But I'm gonna use it the best I can. I didn't think I was gonna go live and start showing you guys my entire store, but it's half the fun. And also, you know, doing the live has been a lot of fun too. So more so than I actually anticipated. I got what's for $2. Oh, what's for $2? The strainers. Let's look at it. I also, like I said, forgive it's a little messy. It's packaged for traveling. But see, these are my little heart-shaped infusers. This was my original idea when I did the type of the first tea sets that I was doing. And also I was making gift sets for the holidays, which if I do more live, I might show more often. These are just blanks right now. People say they're wine cups, but we only do tea around here. And also for fun, I know it's a little messy, but it's clean, honest. When you look at my videos for the market, it's clean when I got it set up. One of I call them my coworkers, my fellow vendors. Check him out at the Eugene Free Speech Plaza, Mr. Dakota. He gave this to me out of kindness, just because he's a kind guy. He's like, Timmy, I thought this would fit really well in your treasure chest. And it's nice because a lot of people come to me and drop little treasures in here. So we'll probably go over that too in a little bit. But yes, exactly. This is for tea. So what makes this kind of special is this is usually the tea of the week that I'm working on. So I still had last week just because it was closing time. But tomorrow morning, though, I'm going to be switching it out. This I created, invented, and put together all through myself. It's called the Pacific Northwest Tea, and it's $7 for a little bit over an ounce. I made it Timmy's Famous because I'll show you probably in a little bit if we don't get too derailed. I made a chamomile lavender, and I sold out, and people kept on asking for it, and it took me a couple weeks to get it in. So I said it was Timmy's Famous Lavender Tea. Surprisingly, these right here, they're little seepers. I've seen them for $7 on other tea sites. I sell them for $3. What does it taste like? So the Pacific Northwest. Okay, sorry, rewind real fast. So I started doing just traditional Chinese tea because I'm familiar with it. It's what I know. I started doing fruit, and making a new blend, but making a new type of fruit blended tea was driving me crazy, frankly. It would take like almost a day to make Tea Time with Tim video. But if you guys like it, maybe we'll do Tea Time with Tim live or something because, frankly, That would be 500 times easier. Oh, hi. Yeah, it's been a while since you guys saw me, so I thought I'd say hi again. But as far as back to Pacific Northwest, I started getting really wanted to do my own signature blends. And I know in order to grow, is it dark in here? Or is it just me? There we go. It's because it's still daytime, so I'm using natural light. But I wanted to make a signature menu where I can grow as a company, stay consistent because that's where companies thrive. And also, when I do retail, I want to make sure that I have enough on hand and enough on the website and enough continuous with the retail that they will be happy and satisfied and everything is awesome. So, sorry it took a little while to get here, but we're getting here, I promise. What's inside is black tea, lemongrass. What does that say? Orange peel, lavender, rosebuds, and cornflower petals, and marigold for aesthetics. And that's also my QR code, which goes to my website and brewing instructions. So this right here is a black tea with a little touch of lemongrass, orange peel, and lavender with the rosebuds. And it will have like a slightly botanical flavored, slightly citrus lemon black tea. So for short, that's the answer. Is this black tea, this slightly citrus, slightly botanical, and loads of fun. And frankly, I didn't start adding sugar until it was started getting like 95, 100 degrees out here. And of course, the vendors, they get thirsty. They get really, dehydrated and tired. And I wanted the vendors also to have, nice, drinks and nice iced tea drinks. So I started to do 4 cups of sugar for 5 gallons. Now, the ducks. Oh, yeah. Also, look at my treasure. Look at my treasure. I'm so rich, it's unbelievable. But on the real, I wanted to have a treasure chest both for the young people and the old because oh my goodness, it is like the Goonies. It is like Timmy on Treasure Day. It's like Pirates of the Caribbean or Caribbean, and it is like so cool. It's my personality, and yeah, exactly. I'm a gazillionaire. Exactly. And I got it from all the inspiration of so many successful people that have came before me. Oh, so these I told you already, $7 on other sites. I sell them for 3. So I don't know what people be thinking. I really want to give the vendor experience without the vendor price, right? I even got gold color infusers because, well, that's kind of the theme, right? So I know, like I said, it's a little cluttered. The duckies. What's so funny is because I had a summer job at the University of Oregon, the mascot are the ducks. So these things are 100 million zillion everywhere. They're all over campus. People have like millions of them. So I was all like, it'd be advantageous for me to purchase them and to have 100 million more million. And I'm probably going to stamp my stamp on here. But the idea is I'm going to generate my own Timmy duckies for University of Oregon. And I heard people like them for Jeeps and stuff. And surprisingly, I sell a whole ton of these. They're $1.50 random on my website, by the way. Look at this. Another vendor. I know too, these aren't monetary very much right now. But just the fact is that people gave these to me to add to my treasure chest. Mine is a guy with a rifle. How fun. Hey, you know what? That is awesome. Hopefully, we don't have rifles everywhere. Oh, how funny, how funny. So, yeah, another vendor, just out of kindness and to add to my treasure chest, wanted to give me this. So, as you can see, it just really, really makes me, so blessed and so thankful. And my neighbor from Seattle we would literally meet in the back of an alley and just talk for hours. And he was one of my best friends in Seattle, and he was very strong in faith as well. So he's all like, Timmy, like what you're on is awesome. You're the best. If you can think for it in your mind, you can think, you can have it in your hands, and that we're God's creator. The way that we can represent, being the greatest creation and all that is to co-create, and to represent ourselves. And then also, frankly, I know I don't show it on the video, but I am very social one-on-one, or like, say talking to friends and family, and you guys, which the camera is the audience and each and one of you. But I have a fair introverted personality. When my social battery is done, I'm done. Everything's done. We are done. Um, but when we're in public and we're doing the brand, we wait until I'm completely done, and then I'm done on Sundays. So also too, I kind of want to bring this to market, but I think it's controversial. I think it's funny, but this is where people though don't always have the same opinions. I like that this is my manager on duty right there. So yeah, every so often he likes to step in and check how things are going, right? But anyways, my neighbor Corey, we used to really meet in the back of the alley in the middle of the night and talk for hours, and it was some of my best times. And frankly, I'll never forget that guy. And also too, he was one of my first customers and purchasing continuously on like new products I would make. So I actually have a hoodie. I think it's in the closet right now, but I have a series of hoodies with my name on it, and he was the first one to buy it. But anyways, um, part of my mission to become or of being successful, and oh yeah, by the way, look at all my toys. That's my Ninja Turtle like little thing, and another thrift store find, our native friend. Um, so also appreciate all the comments. The King of Math Pirates. So that's an interesting name. You got to tell me how you got that name. I like unique names. It's not always an area that I'm the most creative in, but they're loads of fun, and I know they all have a great story, and all you guys do too, right? So here I'm just going to show real fast. So this is my Timmy G hoodie, and that dude Corey bought like 3 or 4 of them. It was crazy. It's hung up, but normally you can see it like when it's not hung up. It's lightweight, it's a little light, but it's my very first embroidery and my very first um my very first like Timmy limited edition, apparel, and hopefully that will get ironed up. Oh, it's your favorite subject and favorite show. Interesting. How fun. There you go. That's a great way. Oh yeah. So that's all my storage mess. Don't mind that. That's in between holidays and in between kind of moving, but not really. And these right here are my Ninja Turtle collections. So these actually too I found in a thrift store. Only because they're like Ninja Turtles. I was like, I have to get them. But Mikey though, I got to get him fixed. I got to staple him back together. Don, I stapled him back together. Did a pretty good job. He looks pretty good. And this guy, he literally jumped off the shelf. I was walking down, looking at one of the thrift shops and walking in one of the aisles, and it like literally like fell on me, and I was like, well, I guess he's going home with me. So that's that. Am I Timmy the T-Man? I am. It's funny because I'm like, I don't want to be just a tea guy, but I'm a brand, but the tea has really taken off, and a lot of people have really liked it, and also I like it a lot. That's my apron I wear. So I also call the market work, and I call what I'm doing work. So I'm all like, this is my work apron. Um, but yeah, I'm the guy behind the brand, the Timmy brand, and so as I showed you guys earlier, I was working on putting my banner back together. But these are all little, and then here, let's start taking stuff downstairs, huh? So, but yeah, I'm really pleased though. This is my very first. I should have mentioned that, by the way, when I first started all this. But hey, we're all growing and we're all succeeding, right? But this is my very first YouTube live. I actually got 50 subscribers. I don't know, like maybe a month ago, and then I went up to 75 subscribers. And I was waiting, because first, I've been taking time off screen, and like that it takes a little bit of courage sometimes to be, on screen and to get used to it and know, like it's actually going to be all right and people actually like it. And too, like your folks are going to find you, right? And so here, let's look at this. This is my little shadow box. So this is from last. So I got Nightmare Before Christmas socks too. Gonna be for the holiday selection. I don't think I showed you guys yet. Did I show you guys yet? I don't think so. But I should do samples. Samples for the tea. I have a there we go. So yeah, you get the idea. Ooh, spooky. So samples for the tea. I'm I'm doing. I just don't have it put together yet. And honest. Um, Part of it is, do I bag manually or do I bag with a machine? And the machine is going to be a cost at the moment, right? So it's going to be by hand. But also, even though I do loose leaf tea and I want to give more exposure, especially to places like Oregon, or places that don't have as much exposure to tea or loose leaf tea. Even though there are a few tea shops in town, surprisingly, the general public can have more exposure. Let's put it that way. But I have tea bags, and they're from the same distribution company that I get my loose leaf tea. So these are actually going to be part of my samples. And I'm going to have handcrafted bags as well that and these right here are going to be the baggies they come in. And I'm going to put on the title, like what type of tea they are. Do I drink Southern style? Oh wait, sorry. Hi, Uncle Tim. It's Mark. Oh my goodness, Marcus. How awesome. I'm happy to see you. So, hi, Marcus. Nice to see you. This is my very first live ever, by the way. And my PR manager, Mr. Marcus, thought that he would say hi. He really knows his way with the public, and he's 8. Maybe he's so cute, right? But do I drink Southern style tea? Oh yeah, by the way, we got to keep it kid friendly in here. My brand's kid friendly, and so are my lives. All age friendly. Let's put it that way. I really do have appreciation for the South, and one of my good friends is in South Carolina right now, and I'm really excited when I develop this on going on tour because I'm building into your kid friendly. Awesome. Yeah. Family friendly is really the way to go. And tell him I say hi. My lone friend says hi. Oh, how fun. I'm guessing my lone friends is let's go see. Oh, it's Mark. Okay, for sure. I think that's his mama, right? But oh yeah, by the way, my PR guy, Mr. Marcus, the king of math pirates, he says hi too. And all of our viewers and friends are happy to know that you're my public relations manager. He learned what that was today for your cat. Oh, how fun. So, I forgot what I was talking about. Anyways, it's all right. But yeah, we're family friendly. We're building a brand, one cup of tea at a time. Oh, Southern folks. Yeah, so Southern. I make my tea slightly sweet. I know the Southern folks really like it more sweet, I think. And also, when my grandfather was still with us, all we drank was iced black tea. And so maybe with a little bit of lemon in there, maybe a little sugar. But I'm really oh yeah, when I go mobile. So the idea is to reinvest these whole 25-cent honey sticks and these whole $5 socks, $5 mystery boxes I got. The idea is oh, you like it real sweet. Oh, I know, right? Yeah. Definitely too that there's definitely a place for that. Like even though it's been a long, long time since I had McDonald's, I think they do a really good sweet tea, don't they? But they also own oh yeah, that's my messy kitchen by the way. It's how it is sometimes. Maybe we'll do live where we do what is that, the buddy thing where we clean together. So but it's fun because even though I'm a bit of an introvert, part of me wanting to build a personal brand, I'm folding the banner by the way. You see my little banner I homemade. I'm folding that. Um, is that I'm a social introvert and the world's not gonna know me or the things I like. Oh, mom says hi to you. Hi, mom, or my sister, but hi, Marcus's mom. So joining us all live, how rewarding, how fun. That's one thing I like too, is when your family and friends want to join live. They want to join your stuff, and I want if they want, they can join me on, my business as well. So we haven't told my mom yet, but I want to get her doing dog cookies. I want to get my other sister to be doing soaps and earrings and other, stuff that she really likes, like a lot of like the lady, beauty care and stuff like that. Um, have fun. So, oh yeah, and then both my sisters I like as like advisors. So I'd be asking them everything. But yeah, even though I'm socially introverted, when I get excited or I get hyper focused, I can go for a while. For a while. Sometimes yeah. So sometimes I get excited. I get hyper focused. We can go all night with these. This is gonna be my tea jug, but this is a spare though. Don't worry. Spare for my iced tea jug, and then these are my little gift sets. And you know what? You guys, I think, will be the first to see these. $5 for Timmy's mystery box, and I'll show you what's inside. So I know I was exploring doing what's called Whatnot, which is a new social media platform, but I heard that it's like basically like gambling, and people who are watching, put money in. They don't know if they're going to win, and I don't know because I could do the same here, and people can buy anytime they want. So I got the nice little fun paper, and then I got a couple of candies, and guess what they are? Mary Jane candies. Oh. So, anyways, they are molasses and something tasty. And then, here, let's try to do this without being too messy. I got another candy in there somewhere too, I promise. And then I got me a little random rubber ducky. This one's an alien cyclops. I'm an alien cyclops. Rawr, quack, quack. All right. And then, I don't know where that other candy went. All right. Anyways, back to it. We get a free sticker. This is a cool sticker, right? I feel like my sister would really like these. She likes her kicks, likes her shoes. And then you get a pair of socks. These socks go for what is it, 350 or 4 or something like that. I think I'm gonna lower the price to 350. So all that for $4, and they're like, mystery little boxes. This is my very first, and then I want to do Chinese box because I'm from the Bay Area. Got to represent, right? And also too, I think that they're a lot of fun. Cause don't you miss, having them Chinese boxes and taking home and just like having little $5 gifts for your, you know, someone you might want to give as a gift, like a friend or a family or a coworker, $5. It's fun. So my very first little mystery box. I even have a stand, but frankly, it's gonna be my first time doing. No, technically my second time, but my first time at the public market doing a 2-table setup. So let's get back to this is gonna be my tent. I got a 10 by 10. I got a 6-foot table and a 4-foot table, and I got cat toys. This house is full of cat toys. And then I got weights. These are sand weights. My friend from Oregon helped me fill these up. So we got some sand weights. So, oh, it's all right, but appreciate it. Good seeing you, Marcus. So I'm glad that my PR manager is checking in on me. Oh, while we're at it, this is Deja. Deja, hi, hello, kitten. Hey, up here. There you go. There you go. That's Deja. I rescued her. She thinks she rescued me, but I rescued her from Seattle Animal Shelter. Literally, like right before Halloween. So, bye bye. Good seeing you. Uh, so, at least to how sweet, right? So nice that your friends and family visit you, especially when you're doing new and exciting things. Where'd I put the lid for this? Oh, right here. Now, when I fill up my wagon, I got a little wagon right here. Don't mind the plants. That's because they're changing the balcony. I mentioned, I think, and these are fillers we still got to do. So I live 1,000 miles away. Oh, I know, right? Yeah. I sure do. Here we're gonna. Now all of this is gonna be brand new because if I can get all my stuff together, I can apply for like a Summer Ween Harvest Fest farm event that's going on, and so I'm real excited about doing it. But these are some. Here, let's just kind of set this down a little bit. It's a candy dish. I haven't decided what I want to do with candy yet, or candy dish. I was thinking about doing these aren't Halloween, but I was thinking about doing Halloween rubber duckies in here. We'll see. This is my friend pointed it out, but I ended up buying it. I figured that since my own black cat don't like going to the market, this one might like going. It looks pretty cool. And these are tea bags of different sizes. I got 2 types of tea bags. These tea bags right here are basically like black tea. I think these are like oolong and jasmine maybe. And they go for $5, which is wild because they're also about an ounce. But these are, what is this? Bigfoot brew, I think. No. Ginger peach tea. Those are going for $7. So, anywho, stuff's got to get to the car. Let's put it that way. But due to how many people that have interest in things like overnight or something out here, the only thing that goes in the car is in the trunk right now. And everything else goes in the morning. So the idea is I pack the trunk as much as I can. And then in the morning, I pack the rest and make the tea. And so I'm gonna finish putting in some mystery boxes. So let me know though, have you guys, what do we got? Baggies. Those are gift baggies. Let me know though, have you guys done YouTube live or also, so part of what I was wanting to do is get a tripod and do the live, but I need like an attachment for the phone or something like that because I have a camera tripod, but it only works for the camera, and I don't think I can go live on the camera unless something I don't know about. And so, but Deja, she thought she'd try snacking on a plant. We ain't gonna do all that now. Let's see if I can take this downstairs while I go live with you guys. So, unfortunately, you gotta kind of use what you got, And right now, what I got is, can I put you guys in my pocket? I'm gonna put you in the pocket for a little bit. Sometimes you gotta do with what you got. And right now, I'm on the second floor, and they're straight trying to rip out the balcony. So it's a little bit of extra work, right? Now, oh, well, nice to meet you, the King of Pirates. Also great for all the feedback too. So catch you next time. I might go for a little bit while, at least show you guys the trunk and some of the stuff I'm doing. This right here though is my Oregon Trail tee. What I was thinking when I made this is I wanted to do something that closely ties into Oregon, closely ties into grassroots and what have you around here. And if we can see it, there we go. It's actually a green tea lemongrass base. And I was thinking, if I was a pioneer, oh, this one's not labeled. I gotta label that. But essentially, if I was a pioneer, what would I be drinking? What kind of flavors would I like? What would be around me in Oregon? And I know that, oh, by the way, it's awfully humid in here. I don't know if you can tell. So I'm all sweaty. It's really, really humid today. What was I saying? So, all right, let's start bringing this stuff downstairs. Oh, there's Yoda, by the way. Yoda and that guy named Jesus. So, I figured they could watch the house when. So, normally, my patio is filled with plants, but we had to take those down. And here's Mrs. Deja thinking she's going to come along with us and my little wagon and stuff. This is how I'd be doing it. And then I'd be taking it downstairs just like that. I ain't going to show you guys everything, but I got to be like, Deja. She's all like, but it's cool out here. See, they're straight up tearing it down. And I'm like, I know, but I got to get to the car, so we going to scoot. And she's going to be like, why? And I'm like, because I ain't got an eye on you, even though we're like one of the only people upstairs. Come on, go inside. Be like, go inside, fool. Oh my goodness. There we go. My friend gave me the mat because I always say ahoy. So, alright. Back to it. I'm glad that I had a couple of people say hi. So a couple of fun comments and conversations. And here we go. I'm going to put her here. Let's take down one. So because the wagon is wider than the stairway, I get to bring down our part of the totes, and then I'm going to carry the whole wagon down by itself. So Oh, by the way, this cat, I don't know, he thinks he lives here. And I'd say I didn't know who he was, but he shows up like he owns the place. Like he owns my place. Like it's my cat. And I'm all like, have we met? There you go. See, he's gonna go upstairs and here, let's follow him. Just kidding. And so, oh, by the way, because I think for your first couple of times doing YouTube Live, you can only get a maximum of views or something. So, but I ain't. Look at that. Look at that. He even helped himself inside. Crazy. So, all right, let's get going. Pull this up. Bring that down. Can you hear some neighborhood ambience? All right, we have landed, and here's our little carriage. So, all right. So, it's definitely though pretty out here. I've had more time outside here in Oregon than I have any other state I've been to so far, and I think I've lived in 4 states. You know, after a while, you kind of lose count, right? But I think I've lived in maybe 10, I think, somewhere around there. Residencies since 2018 is now 2025 is where we're going. So this right here, once again, Jesus, he's watching over things, and I'm also a new driver according to filling. All right, actually, we might go. Let's see if I can go.